Hey guys, I'm back. I just wrapped up a review on Something Girly's Fulfillment flavored tobacco. If you've not seen that video, uh, go ahead and go check that out. Either before or after you come back to this, preferably after since you're already here. Go ahead and finish this video and then go check out that video and, all my other reviews. But today I've started to vlog, so to speak, my endeavor into the reopening of Caterpillar Hookahs here in Jacksonville. I'll tell you guys a little bit about the history and how Caterpillar Hookahs got started and got off the ground, what I've learned in my time working within the hookah community of Jacksonville, and the future plans as to the return and all things greatness of Caterpillar Hookahs, which is the part that I'm most excited about. So let me start at the beginning here. Roughly 2 years ago, a couple of very instrumental friends talked me into going out to the club that they frequented. At the time, I was pretty apprehensive about going, mainly because this was a gothic themed club and I felt that I was going to be insanely out of place. Granted that, I don't particularly, look at my shirt. This is a polo shirt, and from my videos you've seen that I either wear this or like a simple t-shirt or like something cartoony like Power Rangers or Doug or what have you. But they convinced me to go, and I went, and I don't regret going in the least. When I went, they of course brought a hookah with them, and we just kind of sat on the opposite end of the dance floor. It's a little bit quieter over there, and the seating provided an almost roundabout discussion about anything and everything. It brought conversation. Instead of having to go out and be worried about standing around and looking good for whoever was there, which didn't particularly matter. You could sit and just conversate over drinks about anything. And also the hookahs provided a kind of instant icebreaker. Many conversations started with, "Oh man, what flavor are you guys smoking?" Or, "What is it that you guys are doing?" Or, "Man, that hookah looks fantastic." And because of that, my personal relationship circle has expanded greatly. As time went on, I would frequent this club more often. Also, for you guys who may not know, we're in the Jacksonville area. I'm talking about Eclipse over in the Riverside area. So in my time there, I of course started to bring my own hookah. I found that there was maybe 4 or 5 other guys that would also bring theirs often enough in the same night. And I wouldn't say that we were the center of attention, but you could always find people would just kind of walk by and look at us real strange, or they had a ton of questions hookah related, or some of them just simply wanted to try out whatever it was that we were doing. In my time there, I was approached by the people who managed this particular establishment, and they kind of planted the seed a little bit. Maybe this is something that you want to do for a business and try to make some money off of it. Which, ever since I bought my first hookah in 2007, I kind of toyed with the idea a little bit, but I was never particularly gung-ho about it. And then, eventually I was kind of thrust into my arms a box of hookahs and random parts, and was pretty much told, if you want to get serious about this, clean these up and, get yourself off the ground there. And that's what I did. And that run lasted about 9 months, where I worked at Eclipse. And through that, some connections that led to a couple of other venues in the downtown area of Jacksonville, which worked out pretty well. In my time working within the hookah community of Jacksonville, I've learned that not everyone who enjoys hookah spends the opportunities that they have to go out at the brick and mortar lounges. There's so many things going on in Jacksonville on any given night. It's like, yeah, I could go to XYZ lounge here or there, but there's also a really great concert going on at such and such place, or it's karaoke night over there and that's where I'm going tonight. And sometimes people just kind of wish they had a hookah to kind of complement their night. As I found out in the establishments that I've worked at, that's quite a few people in Jacksonville. So I've learned that maybe I can kind of add a mobile aspect to hookah service and kind of be at where people are at more often than not, and try to capture some of these people and try to give them something to enhance their night. So that is huge. I'm actually surprised that nobody has thought about kind of taking a hookah concierge type service and just making it mobile and saying, we're going to be here one night, we're going to be here on a future night. Almost for lack of a better term, hookah truck, which I actually Googled on an odd night and realized that there in California are two big competitors who do this on a nightly basis, and people enjoy it and embrace it. And I'm sure that these people are making a great deal of money doing it. And I, just kind of went, wow, maybe there's something to this. And so I'm kind of taking a big step way out of my shell and branching out to accomplish something very similar right here in Jacksonville. So I've had roughly 8 or 9 months rotating in and out of different establishments in Jacksonville. And then I kind of had to take a step back, mainly due to a lack of transportation, which I'm currently working on. And while I'm working on that, I've also kind of had time to sit back and plan a way to do this, which will be more enjoyable to more people across Duval County, and also a part of this planning is to make things a lot easier on me, but also be able to provide so much more to people once I get back off the ground here. So my planning, I guess I can kind of segue into the future of Caterpillar Hookahs. Right now, I'm working on a crowdfunding account through Indiegogo.com. I can't release too many details yet because A, I don't know them all, and B, that's not quite finished yet, but the time is very near. I'm hoping to have that up here in the next, hopefully in the next week or two. Sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, this is so daunting, but I'm also very, very close to being, finished as far as the crowdfunding thing goes, enough to bring it live and see what that generates. But as far as the future of Caterpillar Hookahs, one of the things that I thrived on was being different from the brick and mortar lounges that are already well established in Jacksonville. Some of you may not know, but Jacksonville, Florida is home to the first hookah lounge on the entire East Coast. And since then, many have cropped up in the Jacksonville area, and I'm sure more of them are doing well than not. But the main issue that I have is that it's like going to a McDonald's anywhere in America. The menu already as soon as you walk in the door, or any other fast food place that you're accustomed to. Whether you go to any place here that's a well-established chain in Jacksonville or Orlando or Idaho or Wyoming, what that menu is. And that kind of bothers me a little bit, and far as the hookah community goes. Is I'm just kind of surprised that nobody has thought, man, maybe I should introduce some new flavors that nobody's ever heard of. Maybe I can introduce a new way of doing things to separate myself from what's already out there. So a big step for me is the type of flavors that I bring. Not to say that what is available is particularly bad or that the products that I carry will necessarily be better, as these things kind of tend on a person to person basis. I've come across many of people who are upset with my flavor, with my product line, so to say, or but just as much as people as I've had upset, I've had many of customers who, after they finished up and were heading out for the night, they were like, man, that was a fantastic set of flavors that you brought us that I've never heard of before. Why don't more people carry this? Who are you getting all your products from? And I'm always glad to see people try something new and enjoy it, especially if it has anything to do with me. So the biggest thing is carrying a line of flavors that is going to be for a lot of people something new in Jacksonville. Things that you can't find in the local smoke shops that people frequent, or this might be their way to try it at a little less expensive rate to them before they invest in something new if they have their own personal pipes at home. As well as that, the second biggest thing I should say is that I'll be branching out into non-tobacco alternatives. This is another thing that surprises me about the current established lounges, is that as someone who runs a business, you want to capture as many customers as you can, because that's always good for you, right? But there are plenty of non-smokers in Jacksonville. There are plenty of people who may not smoke tobacco but might be more into vaping, who might not be opposed to try something like steam stones or the hookah gel, or the fruit shisha substitute, or the products out there that make your hookah into a giant e-cigarette. So that'll be another facet, so to speak, of ways that I plan to establish myself in a way that's different. That I'm kind of looking forward to that more so than the current shisha flavor selection that I intend to bring. So this is kind of what I'm doing in my off time. I've been reviewing a lot of different flavors that I would like to bring. Soon here, you guys will start seeing reviews for all the different tobacco alternatives like steam stones and the such, which I'm very excited to bring to you guys. I also plan to expand the mobile capability of this business a little bit. While I was, I guess, open for business, so to speak, it was just kind of me, and it came down to just planning nights at different places depending on what was going on. But quickly you kind of run into, oh man, there's these really two awesome events that I wish I could be at the same time, but I have to pick one. So hopefully here, I'll have 2 or 3 employees and be able to cover more ground as the rebirth of Caterpillar Hookahs takes off. In addition to that, not only do you guys support me being customers of Caterpillar Hookahs, but also a great deal of other local people in Jacksonville, such as I plan to have the E-Head Hookah, which basically, as I have mentioned, will turn your hookah into an e-cigarette. The flavors provided by that, I could easily go through any number of e-juice makers for that, but instead I plan to use a local creator of e-juice. So if you guys go that route, you're not only helping me, but bringing recognition to someone right here in Duval County who produces their own e-juice liquids, and you might want to go through me to find out who this guy is and how can you get more of his product. Also, not only me, but different local artists in Jacksonville, as I tend to work side by side with a lot of these people at venues where, a lot of venues in Jacksonville, the people who own these are very, very open, at least the ones that I have worked with. A lot of them have been very open to having, local artists come in and, myself kind of peddle our wares. And although it's great to work side by side with these people, I also intend to include some of these artists in some future plans. Again, the details of the future plans, other than of course, a logo for my business and a few other things I may need here or there, will come once again right out of Duval County from people that I have worked next to side by side. So, the future of Caterpillar Hookahs is looking very bright, so to speak. I'm pretty excited, and I hope you guys will be too. So, keep tuned to the vlog, and the next video that I do as far as this, hopefully I'll have some plans detailed for you guys that I can spell out a little better than I can currently. And, hopefully by that time, the crowdfunding campaign will be, a few minutes behind that video as far as getting started on that. So keep your eyes glued. If you guys have any questions or comments regarding anything hookah related, whether it's to my business or if you have questions about anything else relative to the hookah community, post it down there in the comments. I'm always around to reply. Well, not always. I do have a day job. But, after that, I'll be around to reply to all your questions and comments and concerns, of course. As usual, guys, check out any of the other reviews that I have so far. If there's anything that you want to see reviewed, or like I said, if you have questions or any comments, please leave them down in the comment section, and I will get back to you on those. I'll also on this video be including links to where you can follow me other than YouTube, such as I am on Twitter and I am also on Facebook. I believe both of those are pretty much Facebook or twitter.com/Caterpillar Hookahs respectively. But like I said, I'll leave the links down there. Follow me, keep in touch, and I'll talk to you guys later.